What is going on? I'm Zedmont. Long time no see. Decent amount of time no see. No internet Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I was off the grid with the family camping. Quick picture right here of the spot we were camping at. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Sunny and warm couple days. Rainy a couple days. Anyways, let's get into farming some intel. I am just shot on warships. Going 4 days at 4 out of 4 chests leaves you in a terrible, terrible, terrible spot. The game has passed me by. Everyone in the task force has passed me by. So I will come back to that in a little bit. But for today, we're going to focus on some Hammerman defends. 13 hours left. Let's just get going through the early stages. Will fail, will need to move my defenses around. This is my standard base. I like to have front-loaded defenses. We've got shock launchers up front, couple boom cannons up front, boom cannons in behind. Just melts anyone who doesn't know how to smoke their troops. If you can't smoke your troops, you're going to have a hard time against my base. As hard as a time as can be expected for a player with no ice. Anyways, if you don't know what ice is blue statues. There are no, like, people call blue statues ice. What do we call green statues besides garbage? There's no name for them. Like, they're not like emeralds or I don't know, earthy something or other. So kind of surprised, but there's no name for greens, because I guess they just have no purpose in the game besides the early game. But if you have a name for green statues, please do let me know. I mean, these ones go by magma and these ones go by purples, or I'm kind of surprised that ice has so much name and talk associated with it, but greens don't have anything. So anyways, just a bit of a mental note there. I guess it's more of a verbal note. We got Grenadiers coming in against our defenses. They basically have no chance because Grenadiers don't outrange sniper towers except for in very, very rare circumstances. You'll see it on Fang where you'll end up getting 1 or even 2 Grenadiers that end up outranging sniper towers. They're not outranging right now, by the way, because they're throwing at that shock launcher. Man, even at 4 times mode, this is incredibly painful. This is the exact reason why I don't tend to put out Hammerman videos, because we're just sitting here 4 seconds at a time, 4 speed mode, waiting for these darn things to die. I wish they would give us like a GBE ability that you could use during Hammerman's attacks, where you could actually like drop it in one area, just so that it'd be somewhat, we'd have some tiny bit of control over this event. Obviously we can move defenses around and stuff, but I'm going to switch to my Hammerman base layout right now, just because that was a little bit painful. Let's keep going. Hopefully that will avoid the problems of the last one. Now, I'm wondering if we're ever going to see those new prototypes used by Hammerman during that 1 week where the Rocket Choppas are around. It'd be kind of neat if Hammerman dropped them. At the same time, it would be terrible because we'd have to change our planning, because things like hot pots wouldn't matter, but it could be kind of cool. It could be kind of cool, Supercell. If you're out there, give it some thought, perhaps. Let's keep going, bringing in all of the heavy fire. We've got 2 shock launchers just melting everything on that right side. Hammerman is going to be giving us some business, though. As soon as you get into level 6, level 7, things start to get harder. So far, this has been a piece of cake, like absolute cakewalk. That must have been stage 5, I'm guessing. I thought it was stage 6 for some reason. Okay, it was stage 5. There we go. That explains it. Here I thought we were beating stage 6 like a cakewalk. Unlikely to happen. I stepped out of my task force over the weekend simply because I knew I was going to have no internet. So huge shout out to Glasgow and to Maverick, who stepped in, brought their accounts into the task force, attacked, brought intel, all of that good sort of stuff. So huge thank you to them. When I have to step out, or I never like to miss operation attacks, so I gave a couple days notice, got people to fill my spots, and as a result, the task force did not suffer. I'm sure they got better, as a matter of fact. I am a mediocre hitter. I'm a bit better than mediocre, but there's a lot of players in our task force who hit far better than I do. So it was nice to have Maverick and Glasgow in the task force, even though I didn't get to see them. We're going to build a prototype right here, right now. I am leaning towards the Flotsam, but I don't give microwavers nearly enough love. So we're going to drop a microwaver right here on the right-hand side beach. And just for good measure, you know what? Just to keep the good times rolling, we're going to build a Flotsam simply because I love watching the Flotsam explode in people's faces. Probably should move it back to like there. Let's keep rocking and rolling, getting all the things like this boom cannon, for example, is in a terrible spot. I definitely need to move that. One thing to be aware of is when you build a new prototype defenses, what Hammerman has exploded and shot at does change, so you need to be a little bit aware of that. That's why I like to place two at once as opposed to just waiting. This boom cannon is going to draw way too many riflemen past that minefield, so we now have no chance of taking this down. Don't even get to watch those riflemen die on that left, on those back mines. We're going to move this up over into here just because it makes such a difference to have them not go right. What else do we need to do? I haven't watched anything else, so we're now going to give a decent look. I'm going to watch it at 1x speed, even though that's going to pain me a little bit. So the shock is coming on this middle machine gun, so I'm going to move that back machine gun. Now we're just going to wait and see if there's any other quick, obvious changes we need to make. Obviously, the microwaver there is not in a great spot. It's not doing a heck of a lot. I could also do better by moving that front boom cannon out. But of course, we just can't skip. I wish there was an end button or a skip button or a give up button here because I want to come in, make those changes. I know I'm going to lose. I'd love to just end this attack before we get any more time wasted, but we don't have that option. So now we're just going to have to wait a second or two for all. At least we get to watch those dudes hit the minefield. But even that, there was not a lot of satisfaction there. So let's switch things up a little tiny bit. Every single stage 6 for me, Hammerman is going to shock this machine gun. So I'm going to move this machine gun back into here, just getting it the heck out of the way. Then I'm going to move this boom cannon over into the side because all of the riflemen are going to come right up the gut. Hopefully the side boom cannon can end up picking off a tank or two. Then we're going to go something like this, moving machine guns over. Let's start right there. See what happens. We should see that shock come out way back here. Perfect. Barrages are all back there as well. And now our boom cannons are actually picking off some stuff. That microwaver is doing a little bit. Those front machine guns just melting all of the possible riflemen. So already far more better. Yes, I just said far more better. Now look, we're taking down tanks here fairly quickly, which is definitely an improvement. I have not got rid of all the tanks yet, and now we've got all these heavies coming in, but we're already just doing so much better. We're hopefully going to do some good with that Flotsam. Flotsam, not super duper awesome. I think I'm going to move that Flotsam over into like this situation. That way we end up getting rid of riflemen as opposed to heavies. And still not looking super awesome. We are going to get far better results out of our minefield, but we just don't have a heck of a lot of chance at this point. So definitely an improvement. Definitely things looking quite a bit better, but still not at the level we need. So we got the shock launchers on the right. We've got the machine guns on the right. I think I'm going to put another boom cannon up front. That should do slightly better. I'm also going to put the front mortar. I like to front load. That should give us, let's just see. I think we're looking slightly better. We're already into the 9-minute. The barrage is going towards the back. Don't need to worry about the barrage so much, but just I'm not quite sure how to deal with these tanks quite yet. Need to get rid of. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't moved my microwave over into the middle yet, I don't want the tanks targeting my microwave. I want my microwave up for a little bit longer than it has been, and then hopefully we can get rid of all sorts of stuff as it comes flying in. Now, these critters on that front sniper tower are being a bit of a pain for sure, but as you can see on this right-hand side, we're getting rid of these tanks fairly quickly, which hopefully will allow. Like, this is the part right here that I'm looking forward to. This right-hand side Flotsam cannon, I think, will do all sorts of magic in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look how many of those riflemen we just took down. Things are looking somewhat up. I'm not sure. This is going to be very, very close, I think, but we do have a chance, and that's all you can hope for on Hammerman, because without ice statues, there's just so much going on. We've got so many heavies coming in hot, and now it's just a matter of a race against time. There are a bunch of heavies. This is basically like warships, and I don't think we're going to get this down. Definitely improvements, very small things, but not quite there yet. I'm going to just drop a third prototype, which is going to break up all of the work I've just done. We're going to drop a Doom Cannon in here. I'm going to place it over here on the right-hand side because it seems like that right-hand side is picking off troops like crazy. I'm also going to move a second Boom Cannon up there. I'm making way too many changes. I never recommend making this many changes all at once because bad things happen, but we're just going to drop and get going, and then I can just clean it up later. Whatever. Let's go. So see how our shock changed? Our shock is now that front machine gun, and as a result, we're having problems. But hopefully the Doom Cannon is going to be taking down these tanks so much faster. That Doom Cannon making a world of difference, and we're doing fairly well. The Flotsam Cannon is going to work its magic in right about now. Down goes all those riflemen. So things looking up. I think we're going to take it down this time, but obviously we can't be 100% sure until it gets back in here. So very slow troops coming in. It's going to be tight. It's going to be so tight. Tanks against Boom Cannon. Come on, Boom Cannon. Take down those darn tanks quickly. It's so look at that. 0.001 health left. Stage 6 down, all thanks to our wonderful Doom Cannon. It also might have been the shock and barrage differences helped us, but nonetheless, we're picking up some intel. Now, I think I've already picked up my supply chest. I should have done that first, if not, because your supply chest there, yeah, I already did. Perfect. That is good. Had me a little bit worried there. You'll notice that it said I didn't have the supply chest, but I actually did. That's a bug of having multiple accounts. One of those glitches that I probably should have covered in my glitches video. Check the cards for that if you haven't seen it. There are a number of little bugs / glitches in Boom Beach, as if you play it, you probably knew that. Saying there's a couple is a drastic understatement. Anyways, hopefully we can keep this Flotsam up for a little bit. Trying to keep it up, because we know there's a lot of riflemen coming. Look at that microwaver doing all sorts of magic, and then they didn't even get off the beach. This is just a complete and utter massacre. Stage 7, way easier than Stage 6, based on the number of buildings that are up. Anyways, now they're going to come back. Look at this. They're not even going to get into my minefield. So that is all 7 stages of Hammerman's fleet. Hammerman attacks, whatever the heck you want to call it. No ice statues, but as you saw, we do have 3 level 2 prototypes. And if you're wondering why the heck I have level 3 prototypes, that is simply because if you go towards the level 1 prototypes, they only last for 5 days, so you can't use them on 2 Hammerman attacks days. These things last for 7 days, you can. These things last for 9 days, obviously you can. Now, I like to go for the level 2s simply because they're a little bit cheaper and you get the same functionality out of them. So anyways, I'm going to quickly switch my base back. That is the second thing you need to be aware of, is never ever forget to change your base back, or people are just going to absolutely massacre your base. And the thing is, even if you have 0 expectations of defending, hopefully you have some hope of getting intel, and picking up the extra intel here and there is incredibly important for your task force, simply because otherwise when Thursday comes and people have no intel and you have to run a lower operation, no one is going to be happy. So I know people like to think about beaching their headquarters and forgetting about defense, but pick up the occasional intel and diamond on your defensive layout. It will do fantastic things for you. Anyways, that is it for me. I'm Zedmont. Hopefully this email, this video, this chat, whatever the heck we're doing right now, finds you well. And I shall talk to you soon, hopefully with some more warships, hopefully with some more PvP and operation attack goodness. As you can see by my warships log, there was a huge gap there. Oh, it doesn't even show up. So I think I had like 96 hours before since my last. No, it was more like. Anyways, long time. I'm back. You guys are back. Hopefully, someone out there missed me. If not, that's okay too. I'll just keep putting things on the internet, and I shall talk to you soon. As always, thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.